Hello again, beautiful souls. It's me, Amanda, with Anam Karen messages of the Soul Friend. Um, I've been guided today to bring another message. Actually, they've been at me for a couple of days as usual, and I still have my resistance, the reluctant messenger. But look here I am. I always turn up eventually. And I had a phone call earlier on, and during the conversation, something came in really strong. Um, and again, it was fairly pertinent and relevant, but I also was not, it's actually something for the collective as well. So that was, I got a flash of a scene from one of the Harry Potter movies. I'm not sure which one now, but it was the one with the liquid luck, Felix something or other. And that the message that was coming through is that basically following your intuition, learning to discern your intuition from your ego is very similar to, what Harry experienced when he took the liquid luck elixir. And at first it was like, do you feel any different? Like don't feel anything at all. And, suddenly he started getting impulses, to go places. And, things like, well, why? What do you want to do that for now? Like, it's dark. And he's like, I don't know, it just feels like the right thing to do. And, that is really how our intuition works. It's psychic abilities in that. Yes, some people have the clairvoyance and can see further ahead. But again, it's glimpses. It's not always you see the entire journey and the destination that awaits. Your intuition comes in like as depicted in the Harry Potter movies. He just gets this feeling and he just knows an impulse to do something and he follows it. And as he follows each of his impulses, he crosses paths with other people or, situations that are beneficial to his own current journey. Um, and that's what I started then explaining to my friend. It's learning to trust, learning to go within. Because, once you tune into the truth of who you are, once you tune into your own authenticity and you come into alignment with yourself, all aspects of yourself, and you learn to love yourself, and you start recognizing and tuning in to your I am presence, it's basically like living life where you get up every morning and you take the liquid luck, the Felix whatever elixir, because you do just get these good feeling impulses to go somewhere, do something, and good things just start happening in your life, and life gets better and better. So chatting to my friend, we're kind of, he just said to me, this actually feels like something that is for the collective as well. So I got off the phone, I kind of sat with that and did a little bit of meditation, and I asked Spirit, is that what they want me to do? And I took out one of my tarot decks, and just asked, give me a little bit of guidance on, because again, it's trying to think of titles for these lives, because for some reason they're not even want to let me try now that I figured out how to upload, how to record and upload. They're not letting me, anything I've tried, it vanishes. So, I'm trusting this is the way they want me to go. And again, it feels right. It feels lighter, more uplifting. Whereas when I'm trying to resist and do things my own way, there's more of a heaviness to it. It doesn't necessarily feel right. So anyway, I digress again. So I got my tarot cards out, and it's the Chrysan deck, the Lightseers Tarot. And just had a quick shuffle. Okay, lads, give me some guidance on, the title for this. And I just laughed at the cards that jumped out. And I've been told that this is the collective message. So, it's basically tying in with the same theme, the Harry Potter and the liquid luck. And, the intuition, it's like, trust the intuition, this divine inspiration, the Ace of Wands. And again, the wands is the fire energy, fire energy. It's that, it's the action, it's the doing, it's it's that creative inspiration, that spark of creativity that can ignite within us all. And again, I'm really drawn to the netting around the top of her head here. And it's reminding me, when I got first called so strongly on this path, I was shown the planet Earth with kind of like a netting around it, like a light made of light, pure light. Now I think I've discovered it's like the flare of life in sacred geometry, and that's what this is making me. What's prompting that in my mind right now, and again, the interconnectedness of everything. We are all part of this universal oneness. So again, it's remembering who you are and remembering this connection to source energy. Remembering the power that flows through each and every one of us, this divine spark. And again, it's in the third eye area here. So again, it's speaking of our intuition, which again, it was all about the liquid look in the Harry Potter movie. He was following his intuition. And again, everything is linked. And the next card that came with that was the World card. And again, that's speaking to me, cycles, ending of a cycle. So again, the ending of the old ways is here. Now that the divine inspiration is kicking in, and I know lots of you are getting stronger and stronger, impulses to do things, and little niggles about changing your perspective. And I'm hoping this video is going to help you trusting yourself a little bit more. And again, through opening up and receiving, understanding the connectedness between you and everything around you, the entire universe, you will be closing a cycle of how you have lived so far. And you're beginning a new cycle, allowing the light to flow in, surrendering and releasing, opening up, not being closed and guarded anymore. But, look at her, like she's laughing. And I love, we've all the rainbow colors depicted here, like in her dress, and the Ouroboros, I think that's called, the snake eating its own tail. And again, I know there's serious significance in that. So, off you go, do your own homework, as I always say. Start Googling that, because there may be something in it for you. Okay. And I'm being told, even if you feel you know what the symbol of the Ouroboros means, look it up again, because there will be a sentence or something that you've missed, that you're forgetting about. And that's part of your message today. You'll feel it when you receive it. And again, behind her, there's that symbol. That's like the image, the netting that was surrounding the earth that I see sometimes. And again, each and every one of us is a little dot of light where these energies intersect, because again, we are the frequencies of earth, fire, air, water, and spirit. They all flow within us, through us, to us, and through us at all times. And again, there's a lot of sacred geometry here. And again, I don't know all the names. I know this one here is the Merkaba, because this was one of the ones that was coming to me. I've seen these, but again, I'm not a mathematician. I don't know the names. But again, it's talking to me that, stepping into a whole new cycle, allowing the light in, opening up to receiving your intuition, it begins a whole new cycle. And next we have the Nine of Wands. And again, it's another fire energy, inspiration, action, impulses, all that kind of fiery energy, passion and excitement. And This is often called the Wounded Warrior card. And in traditional decks, you'd see a warrior all bandaged, battered, from again, life experience, but still standing, and no matter everything that they have faced in battle, they are still standing, bit battered and bruised, but coming home nonetheless. And in this, again, it's like the Ace of Wands, it's still here and it's running through this reading today. Like this wounded warrior is standing there with the Ace of Wands in her hand. And I know this is the Nine of Wands card, but it's only the one that's lit. She's holding the ace. So again, this is, aces. This is the ones, it's beginnings, initiation, potential, opportunity. And again, it's your opportunity to tune in to who you are, to tap in and connect in and open up to all the divine light and frequencies in the universe. It's all there available to you. It's literally at your fingertips. You just need to open up and receive it. And again, wounds, old issues to your life can have us holding tight. We can be fearful of letting go. We can be fearful of trusting. And again, I'm really drawn to her expression. It's like she's getting distracted. She's standing there looking so strong and powerful, holding her Ace of Wands, but she's getting distracted. Notice how she's kind of looking down. So again, there's something there that we're not seeing that's distracting her. And again, that usually, for me now, that speaks about old wounds, inner child work, that all the times where, we doubted ourselves and we felt less than. And, now we're coming into this awareness of who and what we are, but sometimes something will happen that triggers the old inner child. Again, the wounded warrior. So, nines are, a great number. They're kind of things coming to fruition and that. But again, in this case, you didn't get here. You didn't get to where you are without a lot of wounds and scars and bruising. And it's time to allow those wounds to heal. And how you heal them is by trusting your intuition, trusting your own guidance. They will come to you to be faced and to be released, to free yourself from them. And you see, the following card is the Hanged Man. And, it talks about, changing your perspective, looking at things from a different angle. And, like if you look at this in this image, she's hanging from a swing. And, I'd say once you get into that position, it could be very comfortable, but getting into it can be a little bit tricky. So again, this is the distractions. So if you can just change your perception, because this is the Hangman is about, like, instead of being upright, she's hanging upside down. So she's seeing everything with a whole new perspective. And it's through looking at her old wounds, through facing all that own pain, but viewing it through another lens, the lens of love and awareness. Awareness that those frequencies can no longer hurt you because you're still standing. You survived already. You are this strong, capable warrior with the Ace of Wands, with the potential to just create just wondrous things. And again, sacred geometry, the building blocks of the universe, it's all there at your fingertips. But you have to take this little bit of time out. You have to do this inner work. You have to face those distractions, She's not looking ahead and emitting her wonderful frequency that she's discovered, that she's part of. She's allowing herself to be distracted, by something out of sight. So again, can't see it anymore. It's in the past. It's echoes, it's triggers. So if we can just face them again from another perspective, another way of looking at it, instead of looking at it through the lens of the child, the teenager, the adult, whichever version of you that was feeling powerless and lost in the moment of, when you're having these echoes, to come back up and trigger you emotionally, you know, remember, you've overcome it. It can't break you. It is safe to face it. And when you do and start looking at it through the lens of somebody who's already survived and overcome this, your enlightenment comes in. This light just starts to manifest and your awareness grows. Oh, hi, Dana. You caught me live. And again, it's really important that we do this work. You know, it takes a little bit of time, and, you know, it can be challenging. Like I said, difficult to get into that position, but it's so worth it for the enlightenment and the awareness that comes. And again, you know, I'm looking at all of these runes here, and what's that Egyptian? I'm seeing a load of Egyptian stuff, and hieroglyphs. And again, I'm not sure what any of that means, so go do your homework, go Google these things, because, you know, if it's coming out, there's something for somebody in it, and you'll feel it. You know, when you go do your research, you will literally feel what is meant for you. And that is part of this enlightenment, again, this inspiration, this liquid look energy that you step into. Because you come to understand that every impulse you get that gives you that uplifting, you know, I just know this is the right thing to do feeling. You just trust it and you follow it, and everything always works out, you know. And it can take a bit of practice. To show me a piano now. So again, it's not as quick and easy as going, okay, so I'm aware, okay, I want to accept and acknowledge I'm part of all creation and source energy and it all flows through me, you know, because it takes practice. You don't sit down in front of a piano just because, oh, I want to play the piano and I love piano music, and you don't sit down and play like Mozart from the off. It takes a bit of practice. You have to get some lessons, or for those with enough dedication, can literally sit and self-teach themselves by tuning in. And see, again, it's back to that thing of tuning in, intuition. It's all within. And again, opening up to the entire building blocks of the universe, because it flows to you and through you at all times. You are holding this potential in your hand. You just need to take the time to learn. So the confusion of, you know, because sometimes there's lots of distractions in the world and we can get a bit confused as to what am I actually feeling? And you can't know that until you actually go within, until you know, change your perspective, flip things over, start looking at things from, you know, other lenses of perception. You're not that wounded little child anymore. You're an adult, maybe battered and bruised, but you've learnt your lessons and you no longer need to be distracted anymore. Allow the light in. Change your perception. Start looking at it in other ways. You've already survived. You're not weak. You're not powerless. Be empowered. Open up to your own empowerment. This confusion, am I getting guided or is that my ego? Because again, we've all been there. But like, look at this guy. He's not rushing. He's not in a hurry trying to make it all happen now. He's chilling out. He's folded the arms. He's pondering. He's thinking. He's allowing time to be in the hangman mode. He's giving himself time to breathe rather than making a rash decision. And again, that's a big part of society nowadays. We're all in such a rush to have all of the answers now, and we want our manifestations now. But you see, when we're in that energy, when we're in that frequency of rushing, you know, what does that feel like? It's kind of anxious, isn't it? It's frustrating. It's not a nice frequency to be in. And you see, if we're seeking guidance and asking for help, when we're in caught up and entangled, and again, we're back to this netting, the interconnectedness of everything. And again, what you put out, you call to you. So if you're feeling anxious about, you know, what you desire and the changes you wish to make in your life, that's the frequency you're sitting in when you're trying to set your intentions or follow your guidance, your inner tuition. And, you know, this guy, he's chilling out. He's taking his time. Remembering to breathe. And again, I'm particularly drawn to this one here. Again, he's just allowing himself to flow. Again, the water energy, the water frequencies. You know, water water is just such a wonderful energy and can teach us so much. And it's all about flow, and everything in the universe flows. And when you relax and learn to go with the flow, instead of being resistant, and trying to swim against the current and, going into this warrior mode, that's how you're getting battered and bruised. It's like accept, receive your gift now, the enlightenment that comes when you take the time out and you stop allowing yourself to be distracted. Find your center, take your time, breathe, get into the flow. And then when you do, victory will be yours. When you do, the Six of Wands, and again, there's still so much fire energy in this with the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Wands. But again, the Nine of Wands is holding the Ace of Wands. The Six of Wands also has the Ace of Wands here beside her. So again, it's back into this divine inspiration, this intuition, this gift that is yours, that is available to each and every one of us and every one of you. But again, you can't be closed in. You can't be getting distracted with, looking at the past and looking at things that aren't here anymore. They're not even in the big picture anymore. You have to let them go and free yourselves. And when you do, when your arms are not burdened with the weight and the burdens of all the old pains and traumas that you're carrying with you, when you drop up that load of ickiness, then you open up to receive. And again, she is in this receiving mode. Look at all that light that's beaming in. She's opening up to it so that the light can flow. And again, I'm back to flashing that again, that flow, that water flowing. And again, the water energy, that's about your emotions. That's what's, and look at this, the bowls, the cups, they're upside down, they're not free. It's like holding it in. But again, just breathe through it. And gradually, you can just take them one by one and let them flow. You can just surrender and release and allow it to go. Because when you do, everything becomes clearer. When you let go of the pain and the trauma of the past, you feel the liquid look. It's like ingesting that every morning. And you learn to appreciate it. Once you learn to accept and welcome in the light, everything changes. That divinity flows in. You're open, you're flowing. And again, the circle doesn't end. It's infinite. And you're tuning in to that beautiful, infinite flow of liquid look. But the choice is yours. Don't allow yourself to get distracted. Remember to breathe. Take your time. Don't rush. He's taking his time. And when he does, he becomes victorious. And again, this is a card of success, and like what do most of us perceive as success now? Like, this is depicting somebody looking for fame. Now, fame and fortune would not be in my wish list, but that's the energy, it's the frequency of, when you believe, when you tune in, when you trust your guidance, when you open up to receive, it all comes, all the success, everything you desire, it becomes, you succeed. It's all there for you. But it's up to you to do a little bit of work. It's up to you to go into your hangman energy, to change the way you view your pain and trauma, past, to find a way to view it differently and free yourself. Because you no longer need to fear it. You've already overcome it. Let the nine wands. Let the light in. And again, I'm still laughing. The Ace of Wands turning up in all three of these cards. To allow it in. Start trusting your intuition. Now, is there anything else you want to add before I wind this up? Okay, not a deck I have out, but again, I got flashed these ones. So and trust. So, what's your final message before I close off this reading? I'm sorry, just as I'm shuffling there, they're just repeating that thing that I've already mentioned. In this, in the scene with Harry Potter, even when his friends questioned him, what are you doing? Where are you going? It's late at night. Like, he trusted himself. He didn't let other people talk him out of what he knew and felt was right for him. He trusted himself. And again, that's what your intuition feels like. You just have that wonderful feeling. You just know. And it doesn't matter if other people try to tell you you're wrong. You feel it. You know it's the right course of action. So trust yourself. Stop allowing other people to distract you. So again, there's somebody here. It's not just your old traumas and past wounds that are distracting you. You're allowing other people to distract you from your own journey. Don't let them do that. You have the power. You have the free will to choose what you do and don't allow in your life. Oh, hi, Tony. And yeah, Dana, I love that too. The liquid look, that's what, for me anyway, that's what following your intuition is. And a lot of people dismiss a lot of fantasy movies and books as, just a load of made up nonsense. But there's so much wisdom hidden within these, because for me, I learned through feeling. You can give me as many notes as you want. I can read them. I can go, that makes sense. But can I remember them? No, I don't retain it. But I remember things when I feel them. And a lot of books and movies, when I connect with the characters, like that Harry Potter movie, well, all the Harry Potter movies and the books, I loved them. And like that scene, I can see it, so clearly. And I could feel what it would feel like to actually take an elixir of liquid luck. And because I can relate to that, it's what intuition feels like. You just know. And it's an uplifting feeling. And again, for me, anything that you're getting an impulse to do that gives you a very heavy feeling or sensation, like a weight of any kind, that's usually my soul's guidance telling me, that's not for you, because what's for me, what I'm learning to understand, and I'm being told it applies to others too. When spirit is guiding you, they never urge you to go in the direction of anything that is going to harm you. There is no fear, there is no dread around it. You trust the impulses that feel good, that light you up, that excite you, fill you with that, anticipation of possibility and potential. Because again, the Ace of Wands, all that potential is literally in your hands. And again, learn to work with it. Let the light in. Work with your intuition. Welcome it in. And victory is yours. Success is yours. Everything you desire can come to you. You just need to change your perspective. Do the inner work. Now, we were looking for the final message to close this off. I get distracted. So, do you have a final message before we close this off? Okay. Trustworthy guidance. There's nothing to worry about. And fresh air. Sorry, they're telling me to take bottom of the deck. Creative project as well. So, the first one that flew out, fresh air. Your body needs refreshment from oxygenated air generated by grass, trees, plants, and flowers. Spend time outside today, as near to Mother Nature's cradle as possible. Open your curtains and windows to refresh your home as well. Now, I'm aware that here in Ireland we're in the middle of a heat wave, and most of us, especially the likes of myself, I'm not genetically primed to deal with high temperatures like this. So again, going out may be a challenge for some of you. But what I'm learning to do is go out early in the morning or late in the evening, and it is a bit cooler. And what I've been doing a lot of this week, actually going out at night when it gets dark. And it's still lovely and warm, but it's cool enough to be comfortable and just looking at the stars. There's just a wonderful feeling to just relax and look at the stars and wonder about, all that's out there. It's a wonderful, peaceful feeling. And again, I highly recommend you do it because it's a lovely way to get your fresh air. Now, for others in other parts of the world, go out for that walk because, again, movement is really important when it comes to releasing and letting go, and finding a way to gain new perspective. It's not always about sitting or, sometimes it is moving. And again, now the swing is jumping out. So again, the swing, it's motion, it's movement. And that's what helps to release energy in motion. Think about it, emotion, energy in motion. So to free yourself from the emotions of the past, it does require movement and fresh air, breathing. It's so important to breathe in. And most of us are so used to shallow breathing, we're not even aware we do it. So it's really, really important. And again, this is how you ignite, how you fan, you bring the spark, you turn your little spark into a flame by taking in the fresh air, by breathing in, doing conscious breathing exercises. That's how you tune in to all that you are. Again, trustworthy guidance. So again, trust the impulses, because when you do this, when you practice this, hi Patrick, welcome in, lovely to see you. Like when you start getting into the practice of this, when you have patience, take your time in choosing, breathe, allow yourself to get to know yourself, tune into who you are, and trustworthy guidance will come to you. And again, this message here says, you've received a wonderful idea as an answer to your prayers. This idea is real and trustworthy. You can safely move forward with it, knowing that we are with you every step of the way. Ask for and be open to receiving our support for anything that you need related to this idea. So again, whoever you are, you've got your guidance. You're doubting it. Don't doubt it. Just breathe. Don't allow yourself to get confused and make a panicked, rushed decision. Like the figure in the thing. Take your time. Just pause, breathe, ponder, and trust, because you will receive trustworthy guidance. Now there's nothing to worry about. You are safe, and this situation is under the perfect control of divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to you and through you. And again, that's what I've just been speaking of, within the rest of this reading, that when we open up to it, everything of divine providence and universal order can just flow to us and through us. But this is where it comes in. We need to have faith. We need to trust. And again, the dove, I'm getting the dove of peace. It's all about calming down. It's just taking that pause, taking that hangman time to just breathe and allow the new perspectives to flow through you. Allow the new understanding and awareness to come to you. Because it doesn't matter how long you've been on this journey, it's always important to tune back in, to keep a regular practice of tuning in, checking in. How are you? What are you feeling? Are you in flow, or are you tensing up? Are you starting to get distracted again by other things rather than keeping your attention and focus on this beautiful Ace of Wands in your hand? Because it is the Ace of Wands that's going to manifest, bring it all to you. You just have to trust in it. And there is nothing to worry about. The only thing to fear is fear itself. And when we get distracted from, again, our messages, the peace, the dove of peace, and again, peace and calm is when we receive this guidance. And there's all these wonderful symbols again. To me, this is everything. This is the building blocks of the universe, and it's swirling all around us. Again, that sense of flow. Where did I see that? Yeah, when I was being drawn to the flow of that particular cup. It's all flowing. Just have faith. And there's the lovely rainbow. I love my rainbows. To me, the rainbows are everything as well. It's the divine light. Open up to receive it. Breathe. And then the final card is Creative Project. Your soul longs to express itself in creative ways. We are guiding you to infuse artistry, creativity into your life. Creative expression makes you feel alive and excited and reignites passion towards your life. And again, this is flashing in my mind as I'm reading that. Again, the Ace of Wands. Renew the passion in your life. As you're freeing yourself from the pain and trauma of the past, tune in. What lights you up? Remember, these sparks of creativity, they come from the divine. Open up, receive it, and allow this to flow through you. Because look, like she's there, she's playing the harp, and she's all of this wonderful guidance, this beautiful energy flowing to her, all this beautiful energetic support, this higher light beings, angels, guides. Because it's always there. We are constantly supported. We are always able to tune in anytime we stop allowing ourselves to get distracted. Anytime we keep our focus back on tuning in to the spark of divinity that each and every one of us are. And when we remember that, we will be drinking the elixir of liquid luck. Because that's just how the universe works. You just need to remember who you are and tune into it, and don't get distracted. Now, I hope that message makes sense. I'll just have a quick read here. Oh, hi Eve, welcome in. Tony, lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this message resonated. And again, I know I get very kind of childish messages, but do you know what? I am a child. I might have the body of a 47-year-old middle-aged woman, but do you know what? I found my inner child again. I'm allowing her to express herself because, that's who I am. It's who I've always been before I allowed myself to get burdened under the weight of pain and trauma. I'm learning to free myself now. I'm learning to catch myself and voluntarily go into my hangman mode, get into that, position to just check back in and gain my own enlightenment. And I'm learning to trust and follow my guidance. And honestly, the difference it's made in my life is remarkable. And if this can inspire anybody to start, tuning into yourself, create the life you desire. Just because things have been tough up to now doesn't mean it always has to be tough. Yes, there's always going to be challenges. We live in a world of duality. But when we learn to change our perspective, the way we view it and the way we look at it, instead of why is this always happening to me? Try a different lens. Try rewriting your script and go, well, what have I learned from that? What gold nuggets can you carry forward with you? What nuggets of wisdom? Because once you face these again, once you stand there and allow your tune in, have your own spark ignited again, you can have faith that you will get trustworthy guidance the whole way. But it all starts in tuning into yourself and trusting yourself. And when you do, get back to Harry Potter. Enjoy your liquid luck because it's yours anytime you choose to use it. It just takes a bit of practice. Now, thank you, everybody. I'm going to let you go for now because, as usual, I'm waffling on. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.